After a great, and more importantly dry, night of sleep, we headed downstairs for breakfast.
Okay, this one.
Good morning. Good morning.
After breakfast, we got showered and packed, and then it was time for a little bit of preventative maintenance before we hit the road for today. We didn't make it too far down the road before our first stop of the day. I saw this and had to pull over for a picture. We had a little bit of time to kill before our reservation for the Whitewater rafting trip. We headed over to the Old Buzzard Roost Road, the local trail, and decided to explore what the area had to offer. I planned this trip using a handful of different apps, mostly Onyx Off-Road. They're not a sponsor of the channel yet, but I use them a lot, and that's exactly how I found this trail. Which way are we going here?
No, I think it's this way still.
Yeah.
There's that one.
I remember when we came here for our honeymoon, I was like, I wonder if there's off-road trails around here. And it was long before I'd ever really gotten into this, but I was like, this would be kind of fun to just drive through the mountains on trails. I'm gonna kind of cheat to your side just so we don't fall off the cliff, so I wouldn't stick the camera out.
There's nowhere to go.
Was there anywhere up there we
he's
could be
back.
backing up? Technically he has the right of way, but there's really nowhere for us to go.
Like easier to back up down than it is to back up.
Yeah, but up has the right of way usually because it's hard. It's easier for us to get going again. But like, there's nowhere for me to like pull off either. So you gonna try to go over there?
He's gonna try. He's gonna succeed. Just give him he's got a little bit more room. I see him in the front there.
It's an antenna. Let's see if I think I can sneak by him. Now I can.
He's got a little bit.
Okay, I can get by that for sure. I think they're bear hunting. He's got
boxes for dogs.
Yeah, and he's got a tracker, look like, in his hands. Let's make sure you can get out of there. Good. Bad. He backed out of the way for us.
Oh, and then I got stuck in.
Yeah, he gets stuck. We just leave him. See, I should have looked to see if there were any repeaters that people use. Repeaters, or like if there was a GMRS radio. I assume there's a lot of people around here using radios. But if we knew what channel people were on, we could. I've seen like, I think it's out west, but I've seen signs where it's use like whatever channel, and it's because the logging trucks use that, and they kind of warn
so
people
you
as
can
they're
kind of
coming.
hear if
Yeah.
somebody's coming.
Yep, exactly. Like we're flying around the corner.
I don't think anybody's flying around anything.
No, you'd be surprised what some people do.
I don't know. I mean, maybe some reckless four-wheelers or
Yeah.
something, but
Exactly, that's what I'm worried about. I'm not really worried about hitting another car at 10 miles an hour. Like, that's not really going to do any damage even. But hitting a four-wheeler, or like if there's somebody hiking or something.
I don't think people are hiking.
Oh, another water crossing.
It's a big one.
Huh?
It's a big one.
I don't know if we're going to make this one. Ugh. Yep, okay, we're good. Is there like a little waterfall here?
Yep.
I'm just looking down the cliff here. I guess I could
It's
look that way too.
naturally occurring.
I was looking down for you. There's like a river down here. Oh, we're coming up
Okay.
too.
Well, you have a pool right there.
Yeah, you
That
could.
would be like maybe enough space.
But here, yep, here. I think I wish I took that line.
Get up, hop across there.
I want to go look at it. I want to see how steep that is going up. How much room do I have on the passenger side here? Is there a big rock I'm gonna hit?
No.
I forgot to look at that when I was scouting this out.
We decided this would be a good spot to turn around, give us enough time to eat lunch, and make it to the river on time.
There is a rock on the passenger side. It's not sharp, but you might hit it. It looks like if you come straight up, and then I'll tell you when to cut it, and you will miss it.
Straight up, got it.
Okay, you can start to cut.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove.
So what are you doing for lunch today?
Barbecue pork sliders.
Okay. Anything special about these barbecue sliders?
Carolina barbecue sauce.
Why Carolina?
Well, we've been in and out of North Carolina all day and all of yesterday, so.
But we're in Tennessee. Go get different barbecue sauce. So we are set up here at Big Creek Expeditions. We're gonna be going whitewater rafting this afternoon, which is great because it's like 80 degrees and 60% humidity. It's a highway behind, so it's not too bad. Just doing a little barbecue slider sandwich here. We check in with you or inside?
Inside.
All right.
After we got checked in, we headed outside for the safety briefing.
First thing, got to make sure is everybody signed the waiver. Yep. And maybe you sign that 26 I got to make sure everybody's got something around the heel. Okay. Let's see.
After the safety briefing, it was time for us to get our paddles, helmets, and life jackets.
Now let's just step over here and do the adult jackets. So guys, just grab your adult jacket. We're gonna go back outside and put this stuff.
Meanwhile, the guides were loading the boats that we'd be using on our trip. Then we all loaded in the buses, and it was time to head up the river.
Gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah.
Today, we'll be rafting on the Pigeon River. This river is actually controlled by a dam. When they release water, it gets fun. Big Creek Expeditions offers a couple different trips, but we're doing the Upper River trip today. This trip features a total of 10 Class 3 rapids and 3 Class 4 rapids.
Thank you.
Okay, turn it to the left. Okay, that's good. Just let everybody let go of it. Now, I'm just going to push it out here. Push it out far enough. Now, let's go ahead. Joe and Hannah, go ahead and hop in, and everybody else can do the same. Watch out to see the wheel move.
Getting wet.
Okay. Now, this first rapid, this is called Powerhouse. Now let's try this. Let's go 3 strokes forward.
2,
right here. This wave here is called super glue. Everybody see this wave in front of us? That's recirculating hydraulic. What we can do is paddle back into that wave, and it's going to bury the front of the boat in that wave. So what you need to do, especially up front, stay locked in really good. Now I'm going to try to hold this thing straight in there. The boat shouldn't just fill up water. Stand up like this. Forward. So here's another thing. If this boat didn't turn sideways into that wave, it'll make the boat go like that. I mean, you can't flip this, make sure everybody rolls to the side. So if that ever does happen, boat water starts in one side, jump back to the other side like this. It's called high side. You keep your weight back to the other side. Keep the boat in there. Do one backward. Now, go on. Hang on. Go on forward.
That was cool. That was awesome.
Next, we headed towards the Great Smoky Mountain National Park and our camp spot for the night.
Alright, well I got to see my wild elk. We can go home now. Is it really a wild elk though? Because they're so used to people here. Gotta find one with horns though. Or antlers. They're antlers.
Tonight, we've got a campsite at the Smokemont Campground. This is inside the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. Once we got camp set up, we hung our wet clothes from rafting so they'd start to dry, and Hannah started getting ready for dinner.
While Hannah's getting dinner going, I'm gonna get the fire pit out. Yes, we're in a campground and they've got a fire pit, but I like using ours. It's a little bit smaller and it's one of the smokeless fire pits, which normally we don't really want smokeless. It keeps bugs down and everything. But this is also meant to be used with these. These are just heater pellets. I think I got these at Tractor Supply a couple years ago. It was like $6 for a bag. And basically you just dump these in the bottom. I use a little bit of lighter fluid and cheat and light it, and then they go and they burn. Super easy. I've had a lot of bad luck. Whether I'm at a campsite that doesn't have firewood because it's all picked over, it's like $10 for a bundle of like 2 little sticks, or it's super wet. So I've found good luck with these. I'm able to kind of bring my own stuff. I don't have to worry about any of the bugs or transferring firewood or any of those issues. And then I just use a little bit of lighter fluid and we should be rocking.
Now that dinner was cooking and the fire was going, I decided I'd pull out the flash drive they gave us and check out the pictures they took from our rafting trip.
Here, come look at the pictures, you know. Take your tongue out.
My focus face.
Nothing wrong with that. I've got my...
I think I probably just got splashed in the face.
There's that one where you're... That was the one that I saw. That's a good one. That's a good one. There's you trying to get away from the water. I like that one too.
He's like, yeah!
They're good. I'm glad we got these pictures.
All right, well, I am going to refill our water. I've got this 6-gallon jug, and it's gonna go into our sprayer down here. I figure on about a gallon per person a day and a little extra on top of that. So maybe a gallon a day. We've been out here 2 days, about 4 gallons there. And so we're gonna top it off just while we're here and get a nice spot to do it. So we were just talking, I think this is one of my favorite things that we've probably ever bought. Doing dishes, filling water, just having the ability to have running water is just so nice on when we're out on camping or whatever we're doing. So definitely need to get another one of these batteries. That doesn't last as long as I'd wish to. And with our power station not being big enough, I probably could run the 12 volt off of it, but the 20 volt is a lot nicer and I don't have to worry about power station running out. That's definitely always a concern with that. It's enough to run the fridge overnight and a couple other things, but I don't really want to be drawing any extra power that we don't have to off of that. But this thing holds 5 gallons of water. I always fill it up right before we leave. And then I brought an extra, I think that's 6 gallons of water there. So we had 11 gallons between the two of us for a couple days. That should be more than enough. But this one's got power, the other one doesn't, so that's what I'm gonna try to keep full.
At this campground, and throughout most of the park, we had very little to no cell phone service. We got our Zoleo satellite messenger out, which allows us to check the weather from anywhere.
High 73, 70% chance of rain.
That's not ideal. What about tomorrow?
Tomorrow is a 70% chance of rain of 0.4 inches. Hourly, it looks like today the highest chance of rain is at 3 p.m.
Okay. What about tonight? Did it say? Did they break it down by that?
7 p.m. it says 40% chance of rain.
Okay. So I spent some time this morning just trying to get the truck kind of organized a little bit. As you can see, we've got a lot of stuff in here. Last couple days we just kind of been grabbing stuff going, especially when we at the lodge. We just grabbed some bags because it was raining, rain inside. The way we've got this organized, this side's kind of more production stuff. So we've got all of our extra camera accessories and stuff down here, and camera bags. And you can see the other cameras up there. I've got one here, so it's not super organized, but kind of the general idea is here. And then the other side, which is the side that the tent opens to, that's where our clothes and stuff that goes up into the tent for the most part is. And then in the middle, stuff that we don't really use all that much. I've got my hiking bag, emergency bug out, whatever we're calling that bag, which came in handy a couple times. We ran out of juice in the lighter, so I had to grab a Bic lighter out of there. And, coffee the first night. I had to break into my emergency coffee stores, which reminds me that I need to replenish that. Remind me in the comments down below that I need to put coffee back in there, because I guarantee I'm gonna forget. And when I see some comments coming in, hopefully I'll remember, because it'll be pretty sad next trip I go out if we don't have any coffee. Back here, kind of the way we keep most of the stuff on the slide out, and then we've got the fridge, and I don't know if you can see back in there the water tank. But the stuff on that side, in between the water tank and the fridge, I've got some extra like recovery gear and things like that, that if I need to get those out, it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's not anything that we need to get out like right now. And then everything on the slider, we'll get our big camping box and then the 2 food bins here. And that's pretty much it in the back. Now on this side, like I said, we've got our clothes. We've got a towel hanging up there. We've got a dirty clothes bag. We each have a bag of clothes and stuff for us there. And then down below, I've got our duration health medical kit and then our advanced medical bag back there. The main first aid bag, trauma bag, whatever I'm calling it, is on the other side, easily accessible anytime I need it. Got that.
We decided to start off the day with a hike. This short nature trail was just on the other side of the campground.
Being allowed to camp here, there's a lot of spots that look great to camp.
I saw this road yesterday. I saw this when we were on that spot. I'm like, there's a road over there.
Okay.
And I was not quite sure what it was.
It's the fun route, is what it
How the heck
is.
did they get over there?
People in Hondas are probably like, why are they driving through the woods?
People over there.
The paved road's over here. Why aren't you on it?
This is the only way to get there.
This is so much more fun than a paved road. We still could have done this in an adventure, man.
There's nothing wrong with that. Adventure vans are cool.
So, turns out there are campsites here. This is called the Mile High Campground, and we will definitely be back. We could see a thunderstorm forming off in the distance. We decided to find a roadside overlook and just watch the storm. So much for a beautiful day of hiking. The amount of wildlife that just doesn't seem to care about people was actually surprising. Still no bears, though.
Look, they're coming. They heard me.
They're coming. That's enough alcohol.
Well, this morning I put my shoes out so they would dry while we were driving. I didn't know it was supposed to rain. There they are up there, soaking up the moisture.
Cast iron. I think it works well to cook food. Pretty even cooking.
Steal your idea to go back for some more.
It's the best coverage of sauce.
Mm-hmm. Do that. Dripping all over the bench. We'll clean that up later. Yours didn't fall apart like mine did. Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
After lunch, we headed up to a higher elevation, and we were treated to some sunshine. We were headed up to Klingman's Dome, which, if you're not familiar, is a very popular attraction that offers spectacular 360-degree views from one of the tallest points in the park. I didn't take too many videos from the top. Honestly, I was just soaking in the beauty all around us. It was crazy to see just how vast this area was. When you look down and see the road that we're currently driving on, how small it looks from the top, it just helps put everything in perspective.
Okay, so what did you do?
So I made Kraft macaroni and cheese in the French press. Boiled the water in there. Then, once the noodles were in the boiling water, cook those properly, as you would. And then drained the water from the pasta using the inside of the French press because it has a filter. So then you now have noodles and no water. So the noodles went back in here with the butter, the milk, and the cheese. Mixed all together. Delicious gooey cheesiness. Yeah.
Tonight, we're staying at the Cades Cove campground. Our plan is to wake up early tomorrow, explore Cades Cove, and hopefully see a bear.
Well, today we did a lot of driving around, but we also did a lot of parking, and we didn't do a lot of battery charging, unfortunately. And so we got into camp, we were about 58%, I think, on the battery, which would be pushing it for the night. I think we'd be fine there, but we're planning on doing a lot of parking and some sightseeing and stuff tomorrow, so a little concerned about that. So I came to get firewood, and I noticed an electrical plug. So we're gonna throw some extra money in with the firewood, pick up a bundle of firewood, and charge up in 15 minutes here.
As much as I'd love to tell you that I had no issues getting the fire started tonight, I'd like to give a big thank you and a shout out to Van Trekking Lifestyle, who's camped one spot over for us and brought over some fire starters to help get this going. We spent the rest of the night just relaxing around the campfire, talking about the day, the sights we saw, and things that we hope to accomplish over the next couple days of our trip. As I'm sure everyone knows, some of the best conversations ever happen around a campfire. As nightfall set in, we noticed the park rangers were driving around and stopping at every site. We weren't really sure what was happening. We thought maybe they were checking to make sure everyone was complying with the bear rules and had their food put away. Although we found out soon enough what the actual reason was. When he stopped at our site, he informed us there was a tornado watch for our county.
Several counties that have a tornado watch, so it's just precautionary right now.
Okay.
If you feel unsafe, you need to go to shelter and go to the bathroom. That's an official shelter area.
The one down there?
Either that one or the one over here.
I'm not sure what there is. I didn't.
Yeah.
But either way, go to the bathroom.
Yeah, hit for the bathroom, or if you feel like you need to move your vehicles when it gets too bad, if it gets too bad, you're gonna probably get some storms, so thunderstorms. So
Okay.
right, don't get
before,
don't get that mixed up with the tornado. But
Sure.
if you feel unsafe, you need to pack it up, take it to the parking lot.
Okay.
There's no trees.
Okay.
And if you don't want to leave, I mean, if
Sure.
you're ready to leave, you go, I'm just want to get out of here. Be careful, because if a tornado does come, then you don't want to drive in it.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
If there is something, would somebody come through and let us know? Or
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably me.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you. All right. Thank you.
And with that information in mind, we had a decision to make. We decided we were going to stick it out. We weren't sure what to expect, so we said an extra prayer and headed off to bed. This was by far the worst rainstorm that I had ever camped in. The downpours lasted for what seemed like hours, although I was drifting off to sleep in between crashes of thunder. So I don't know exactly how long it lasted. I do know the rain cover kept the water out, mostly. The worst part for me was simply not knowing what was coming. We had no cell phone service, no way to check the forecast, and I didn't even know what county we were in, so I couldn't tell if the newly issued tornado warning was for us.